is hallowed by our presence together. And that's a reading from Kathleen McTeague. Thanks, Lise. And now we will continue to the first hymn. I'll give you a moment. We haven't sung this one before, so find 161 in your gray hymnals, and please stand as you are able. Join me in a prayer, please. The deep interconnectedness of all things, the spirit of transformation, may our hearts break open and stretch out today to join with the hearts of others who yearn for a freer world. Each heart is a building block of better society. Each life lived is a hope and a resistance, a prayer for a nobler world. This is a time where all of you are invited to share a joy, a sorrow, a moment, whatever speaks to you today. Join us. Draw the circle, draw the circle, draw the circle, draw the circle. No one stands alone, we'll stand side by side. Draw the circle, draw the circle. This is a time of our offering. This month, you see the great works that our community support provides for. Gordon Hart is not here. He is a member of the board and the person responsible for pulling together the team and the initiative to put up the scaffolding and truly repair the ins and outs of that steeple so that it can last for another 50 years, actually 75. You're invited to give generously. You're invited to not give generously, but please participate in the service today. we will be sharing our half plate with the Metro West Free Medical Clinic. And if you're new, that practice is something we do every month, which is take half of the offering for our general workings and then donate the other half of the offering to a worthy cause. And this is a most worthy cause. I'll tell you a little bit about them. The mission of Metro West Free Medical Program is to serve as an entry point to the healthcare system for those who are uninsured or insufficiently insured by providing immediate health-related care and connections to other health resources. Last year alone, they provided 1,161 inpatient visits in general medicine, women's health, and vision. That is our half plate. Now, Olga and Kathleen will return to 3 and 4 of their folk songs. Sally Manning will share a reading with us. It's a prayer for hope. Thanks.
This is a reading that was adapted by Kathleen Howland.
Can you speak up a little bit?
Yes, am I? If you want love and hope alive in the world, there has to be love and hope in our countries. If you want love and hope in our countries, it has to flourish in our cities. For that to happen, love and hope must flourish in our towns and neighborhoods. The foundation for that is love and hope in our homes and hearts. May we dedicate ourselves to being the flame of love and hope for ourselves first, so that it can become manifest in the world as an equitable and interdependent entity we are devoted to serve.
Now the choir will do their anthem for the day.
In
It's as if Holly Near were writing that song yesterday just for us. Thank you. Kathleen?
I have not been up here before, but it seemed to me a message of hope really deserved the loft of the church, right? Because it's the highest ideal. As I begin to close out my work as a professor, I can reflect on topics and classes that define my career, my curiosity, and my passion for knowing. One of the favorite umbrellas of those topics has been positive psychology, the work of scientists to learn what makes us happy, to study forgiveness, and to study hope from a biological perspective. I weave these messages into all of my classes, and it's like a spitball against a steamship of culture, but I keep weaving, and I will until I leave in 8 more days. It interests me greatly how we're wired biologically, and how that wiring helps or interferes with the way I want to live my life, the values that I have, the aspirations I have. So this knowledge of biology has helped me to distinguish the way we're wired through nature and then the influences that are environmental. It's helped me understand what my agency is in the matter and how my attentions can be manifest. Here's a fun fact, as the kids like to say. 50% of our happiness is now understood to be a genetic set point. It's given to us through our DNA. 10%, interestingly, is related to the circumstances of your life. Whether you have the right job, the right clothing, the right car, the right spouse, is only 10%. 40% of happiness is up to us. We have that much agency in our biology, and that's what this service today is about. Here are some fundamental points to consider that contextualize this conversation. Our nervous systems are essentially binary. We generally operate in what's known as parasympathetic functioning. We can call this the relaxation response. Beautiful work done by Herbert Benson at Mass General. This is where our heart rates and our blood pressure are at their baseline. This is our homeostasis, and all good things happen in this state of being. Contrast that to the sympathetic nervous system, which I always remember as the system that has no sympathy for us or our quality of life. This is the stress response. This is where our heart rates and blood pressure are elevated, and steroids are dumped into our bodies to fuel a fight or a flight. The steroids help us persist like high-octane gas, delivering power, and it's all meant for our survival. But unfortunately, this system is getting overused, overrun, and consistently upregulated, and it's doing us in. Up to 90% of all medical office visits in this country now are caused or exacerbated by stress. Anxiety is physiologically the same name for stress. Zebras share the same duality with us, as well as all other mammals. In fact, the lions that chase them also do. When zebras are running for their lives, they're able to take advantage of those steroids. They can run 100 feet instead of 10. Their steroids allow them to kick for 5 minutes and not just one. It keeps them going, so if they escape, when they do, their bodies automatically trigger the relaxation response. They go back to grazing, they go back to eliminating, ovulating, digesting, repair necessary tissues. That lets them lead their best zebra lives. But humans are unlike zebras in a really important way. We have to intentionally choose this system to run. We have to choose to live in the relaxation response and to write the direction of our lives that are being bumped around, whether it's the news or change, death, retirements, whatever it is. How do you keep working to live in the relaxation response, to have a healthy baseline? Humans are also different from zebras and lions in another important way, because we are triggered by psychological and not physical threats. The system was designed and evolved to deliver physical resources for physical threats. But modern humans are triggering this system on repeat as we expose ourselves to the news, as we experience the ravages of the Anthropocene, and as we witness acts of aggression in all its ugly forms. The path to running the inner peace circuitry of our brains is evident in this church, which is why I'm so devoted to it, devoted to you all as friends in my life, and devoted to serving on the governing board. It's evident that we, as individuals, are engaged in multitudes of practices that connect us to the relaxation response. We are knitters, we are hikers, we're campers, we're musicians, we're travelers, quilters, gardeners, and writers. We are people who share and break bread with each other with great frequency. And I thought Friday night's penultimate was just a lovely, lovely night in my week. I'm asking us to consider leveling up hope as a community to the darkness that prevails. Government policies and executive orders are designed to trigger our stress response repeatedly. It's been orchestrated this way. Keep the confusion and the fear up, keep them running in different directions, so we can't even think straight. We move from one horror to the next. And I'm saying that this is a time to work that 40%. So let's think about what hope is. I always like to go back to the basics and go to etymology and understand what the word means. In the 13th century, it was to wish for something, desire, to hope against hope, to hope in the absence of any justification for hope. That's our lone Bible phrase for the day from Romans. We have to practice the rituals of wishing and envisioning justice, equity, and inclusion. We must let ourselves imagine a world without war and work a declaration of interdependence amongst people in nature. We must intend it. My teacher, Al, ran his first experiment as a teenager. He was an atheist, and he was beguiled by the notion of prayer. He wanted to test the power of prayer, so he meticulously set up 2 plants. They were raised under the exact same circumstances. For one plant, he prayed for its growth and well-being, and it grew. He didn't pray for the other one, and it didn't grow as much, even under the same conditions of sun and water. Intention does have a biological influence. The field of positive psychology has advanced our understanding in hope. They've developed scales to measure it. I used it in a thesis with a student who was using art therapy with people who had MS, and the outcome being measured was hope. What Al found has been confirmed in this work, that intention, prayer, meditation, and manifestations are paths to hope. Here's another biological fact to consider in our choice for hope making, that there's an inverse relationship between our emotional brain and our cognitive brain. It can be analogized to Dr. Spock and Kirk on the Starship Enterprise. Spock was the rational, logical celebration of the cognitive brain, and Kirk was the risk taker, the courageous one, the passionate one, the intense, the very emotional one. In the middle of a crisis, Spock could think rationally and strategically because he wasn't upended by emotional life. Because when our emotions are engaged, our cognition declines. Let me ask this question. Has anybody ever said or done something they regretted when they were angry, when they were in an emotional state? Hell yes, testify. When you hope, when you pray, when you intend, when you envision, you empower the cognitive brain. This tamps down the emotional brain, providing relief, release, and focus. Without emotional involvement, you can be cognitively engaged to solve a problem, to consider next steps, and to keep your eye on that bigger picture. Ed has always been great at bringing me back from the edge of a cliff of anxiety. with questions like, what's the worst thing that can happen here? Or reminds me that he's walking right alongside me, and we can do this for each other, and it's a gift. Anthropologists and sociologists have long spoken of the surprising power of community rituals and ceremonies. I feel certain that's exactly what was going on in the caves in southern Germany that I visited last year, where artifacts that were 40,000 years old were found. One anthropologist researched the emotional strength of groups. He concluded the higher the level of group rituals, the stronger the group. When a community of any size, 2 people or thousands, repeatedly enact symbolic rituals or little homemade ceremonies, the individuals in the group experience a higher level of emotional strength, hope, and resilience. So when we come to listen together and listen to Olga's astounding music week after week, when we sing Draw the Circle Wide, when we share our joys and concerns, when we meet during coffee hour, we're practicing the group rituals that strengthen us and bring us strength and hope. Our Monday protest gatherings are a wonderful new example of the strengthening of this community. We are stronger because of it. We are attracting attention, which reinforces our efforts. We're making good trouble. We are able to tamp down the strong emotions. Even somebody who is offensive to us, we wave to, right? Because that's who we need to be in the world. It puts our cognition to work, not our reflexive one-finger wave. As I write this, I keep seeing Celia in my mind's eye. She was like a thoroughbred at the gate, needing to go, needing to do something. And doing the protests has brought you joy, darling, and hope. Being together has deepened it. Like the poem I adapted, Hope for the World is based on creating hope in our own hearts. The world will not give us hope. We have to claim it. We have to practice it and work for it and share it. Find a way to weave more rituals into your daily life, and they are hope practices. All ritual research has found power in precise repetition. Maybe it's a certain time of day, maybe it's in a certain way. But light a candle and take a moment. When I sit down to my desk, I typically light a candle and offer a prayer that I may work efficiently and meaningfully to serve my highest purpose in this work. It keeps me from feeling the drudgery. It keeps me from the feeling of emotions like, I don't want to. It keeps the complexity of a to-do list at bay and puts me to work and allows my cognition to work its best. My question, dear friends, is what rituals do you keep or aspire to keep in your daily life as a counter to the ravages of stress? Take a moment, talk with each other. I'll be right back with you. Talk with each other. What rituals do you have? I'd saddle up where Karen Nelson and Renee and to hear them, so talk with one another. I hope this conversation will continue during coffee hour. Works so much better than speech, works every time. I've done it for hundreds of people, trying to get them to sit down, just sing a single note, and they sit down. John Lennon would have us imagine no countries, no heaven, no religion, no possessions. 40 years later, what do we imagine? What do we hope for? Equity, inclusion, protection of nature? Harvard to continue to stand strong? Let me give you a piece of a ritual, actually, I thought to share, that has been researched at Harvard, why we need research, is that saying 10 gratitudes a day has the same equivalency for mood induction that an antidepressant has. We need this work. We need them to stand tall. We need to imagine it. I wonder if John could write us, or Yoko, the next iteration of a song that helps us imagine living on Earth like the Finns do, with reverence for nature, time to enjoy it, and in the company of others. I would love to imagine governments working like Bhutan, that hold happiness at the center of all decision-making in order to protect their culture and their natural resources. They could have dammed their river and sold their power to India, but that is against their desire for happiness for their people, and that was the way they made their decisions. What if we cast our Monday gatherings as acts of hope, rituals of hope, because to be hopeless would seem so strange? How might it change the way it feels? What would our signs say? Hoping for a better tomorrow? I'll admit the supercalifragilistic, racist, sexist, racist, POTUS is really pithy. I really like that sign. But this is a time when we need integrity and civility, as well as hope. So framing our gatherings in hope will be the light of change. It will feed us, from which we can all survive and thrive. Let this community and our rituals of hope be the mighty oak that holds our confusion, to be the desert that holds our fears, that brings us sunset, to help us feel awe, and to find us an ocean that will hold all our tears. May it be so.
Please stand as you are able and turn to number 346 in your gray hymnal. Come sing a song with me. Let us be at peace with our bodies and our minds, said Thich Nhat Hanh. Let us return to ourselves and become wholly ourselves, both HO and WH. Let's be aware of the source of believing common to us all and to all living things. Evoking the presence of the great compassion, let us fill our hearts with our own compassion towards ourselves and towards all living beings. Let us pray that we ourselves cease to be the cause of suffering to each other. With humility, with awareness of the existence of life and of the suffering that is going on around us, let us practice the establishment of peace in our hearts and on earth. Amen. Thank you both. That was just beautiful. Please join us in the parish hall next door for coffee and oh, wait, we have a postlude first. Sorry about that. That's it. Oh, that's it. I'm sorry. Okay, please join us next door. No waiting required.